Hello everybody and welcome back to G for G, Games for Gamers. Tonight we're going to take a look at a potential new and decent PvP team-up that exists simply because of the fact that Luke Cage has gotten a phenomenal set of buffs to himself. It's turned him in from the biggest pilot ever, except for the fact that he's lower down on the list, so I'm sure other people have picked first simply because of the fact that we're all lazy. But it turns him into a melee, he's a brick shithouse. He is phenomenal now, and I think when you see him in PvP, it's not the joke AFK team anymore. I don't know how AI defense is going to run him, but I'll show you my setup, and we'll take these guys out on the range and see what happens. So my Luke Cage is over here, and he is currently running Pugilist as an A ISO on his level 1. The reason being is he gets to exploit combos on his level 1 and then immediately reapply them. Kinda neat. He's running Forcefuls, Steadies, and a Stalwart, which is from the PKB blog. I don't think it's really going to change that much with his updates. And I have him running Offensive Fighter. For Quicksilver, my Quicksilver is slightly out of date as I ISO'd him a while back, and I'm not really going to spend a whole lot getting him back up to snuff because this is a new team and not exactly battle tested yet. His level 2 is applying Wide Open. He doesn't have an ISO because he is only 11, and my Luke Cage is only 10, so these guys can definitely get some room to grow. For the agent, I'm running the raft shank, the dragon's foot, it's a melee group, so why not, the chitter chatter box for the flanked, and of course the cube. So, as we begin to take these guys out, what is something that my team currently here is weak to? Well, Mystic Shroud. It really slows down the setup of this team because then the combo setup and the wide open don't get to go out in the first round. Other than that, we're maybe weak to a bruiser with Luke Cage, but you know, it's actually not too bad. We're not running an infiltrator, we're not running a blaster, we've got a tactician, so it's not horrible. So we're looking at a scrapper Deadpool, and we're looking at a tactician Wolverine. He's running Skull Thumper, so you know right there this guy's a jackass. And it looks like the agent is running Coulson's Revenge, and he has the supersonic sword, so we don't really have any protectors going on. Well, no agent protectors, but we don't have a Mystic Shroud. So what I'm going to do first, so that I don't consume my own combos, is that I'm going to go ahead and go for the agent first. So there goes my Steps of Shaolu kicking in. So do some decent damage, get a stack of quickness, and now we're going to apply the combo setup and the wide open. In case you don't know, the passives for Deadpool, his free candy says that Boombuster goes out on the attacks, and for Wolverine he has the Don't Die on Me bub, which is him and Deadpool have a 50% chance to res with 1% health. Not the greatest of reses if you're facing a debuff team, but on this team it's got a little bit of a decent chance of working unless Cage is bringing the furniture down around them. So Deadpool goes, gets his OP, attacks my Luke Cage, and he gets a knuckle up. 2 of them. Because even though he dodged the first attack. So we're going to go ahead and hit his bodyguard, and as you can see, his entire moveset is available at the beginning of the match. Bodyguard is a quick action that protects allies from single target attacks and preemptively counters enemies with combo setup. Their whole team has combo setup, except for the agent, who apparently dodged it. But if I go ahead and attack the enemy agent, he'll now have it. Since he hasn't gone yet, that's what I'm going to do. So, some pretty solid hits over there, and now he has combo set up and pain. Here comes Bodyguard, smacks Wolverine around, and he's just a little over half health. And Blast from the Past goes. And of course he's bleed immune, except now Bodyguard is removed. That's a little bit of a problem. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and apply Chitter Chatterbox to apparently Deadpool, because he jumped in. I love how he jumped in. Oh yeah, that's right. Chitter Chatterbox isn't stealthy, is it? Yeah, it isn't. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and consider him the AOE target now. So we're going to apply Pincushion to him. And he's flanked, so I'm going to get another attack. So the Deadpool is now almost dead. And that is the glory of Pincushion in a group like this. Now, unfortunately, I don't get to exploit it right now because of the fact that if I do a single target attack, I may hit my own team. The goal was to get flanked on him and then cause Quicksilver to do a single and an AOE for every turn. Well, that's ruined, so we're going to go ahead and just apply the combo setup instead. Hopefully Deadpool will die, which he does, and Wolverine does, but Don't Die on Me Bub goes for Wolverine, and here comes Deadpool, except this round I'll have my Light Fantastic. I want a coordinated attack from the Coulsons, but it's dodged thanks to reality hacking, so I'm still very much in the lead over here. Now I don't want to do a single target because Luke Cage is still disoriented, so let's just get the debuffs going. We're going to go ahead and hit Ground Pound. It's a ground attack, they have no flyers, so that's good. It consumes all stacks of Knuckle Up and applies 1 stack of collapsing infrastructure for each Knuckle Up. I currently have 3. Not the best, but not bad. All enemies are staggered, and damage is dealt each round. Subsequent ground attacks will increase the stacks. Cannot be removed by status removal effects, so it's sort of like an internal bleeding. The good thing is I'm not going to hit my own team, and that's really what I'm going for here. Wolverine is out, so there goes his passive for a res. And of course Deadpool is still a flaming douche nozzle. Alright, so we're going to Light Fantastic on the quick action. We're going to get rid of my debuffs. And we take a solid heal. Ah, douche nozzle! Really? And we're just going to go ahead and get rid of their buffs. By Deadpool from 16 down to 5. Kiss my ass, you stupid annoyance. And I tank a nice Coulson's Revenge. Okay, so single target. Here's the flanked, and watch what's going to happen from Quicksilver. The AOE goes out. And that AOE applied the combo setup. So let's just gain another stack of quickness, just in case I can't put him down, but I do. So there you guys go. There's Luke Silver, Quick Cage, Quick Luke, Quick Hand Luke. There we go. Hey, Quick Hand Luke. Perfect name for this team. There's Quick Hand Luke in action, and we did get to see them right at the tail end kind of do what these guys are made for. So, what can help this team? What variations can you do? Well, obviously, you can run the Scrapper Quicksilver, or keep him as Generalist and get him to Morale Boost. Morale Boost will greatly help this team. The Chitter Chatterbox can be taken out, and the Mystic can be put in to make sure you don't get any swerves in the first round, maybe get any unlucky stuns, stuff like that. You could also run the Scroll of Aknazak. Now, if you ran the Scroll of Aknazak, let's let's show you that. Over. You can run the Psychic Amplifier, but it's a crapshoot. You can run the Staff of Asclepios over here, simply to keep the team nice and healthy. You can run any of the scrolls to maybe help out and give you a heal before or after the light. Fantastic. But you can run the Scroll of Aknazak, and what you can do is you can seal in your buffs. By sealing in your buffs, you will make it so that Luke is not going to have his stacks purged off, and your Quicksilver is not going to lose his quickness. So that's a possibility. The Dragon's Foot is a must. I don't think it should be brought out. The Synthetic Cube is pretty much a must. I don't think that should be brought out either. The raft shank, you can make a case that it doesn't belong, but it goes really well with the chitter chatter box, and it goes really well with the fact that you are setting up Luke Cage when he counterattacks people while doing bodyguard. And you know, you've got wide open from the pulverized and everything, so I think it's a nice, neat little package. I don't actually use the Dragon's Foot for anything other than being a buff stick, but it is going to do a little bit more damage than the raft shank. If I had chatterboxed somebody and already raft shanked that person, then I would probably use the Dragon's Foot, because if it does get the extra attack, the raft shank will help it out. And if it does simply creates a brawl because of the chitter chatter box, it's pretty good. So there you go. There's a very melee heavy Luke Cage Quicksilver team, Quick Hand Luke, and hope you enjoyed this video here on G4G Games for Gamers. Maybe in one of the next PvP idea videos, I will have air pressure for Invisible Woman, and we can maybe see what Thorny and the custom magnetic field generator is like, or even the void generator. Now the scary thing is, though, the void generator does what air pressure does, but you know, and actually it might still be bugged. But there's defensive team, they're still hanging in there. My offensive team is still Pepsi and Havoc, but I wanted to show you guys this potential combo. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned here on G4G Games for Gamers.